What do you think? Want to do 2 sections today? We got this. Hey everyone, Cristin Som here, and we are continuing with our Jingle All the Way quilt. So yesterday we finished section 7 and we attached it to section 6. So we've got this big long piece done and we personalized it and it's so cute. So today we're going to start on section 8, but we're also going to do section 9 because there's one little border block in section 9, and so we might as well group them together, right? So if you've been following along, then you've already got the blocks completed for sections 8 and section 9, and we just have the border blocks. So I am going to personalize one of them. You know me, I like to do it a little bit special, and that is always optional. So let's go over what we need for today. So section 8, in my book, it is on page 13 and 15. Interesting. And there are 3 blocks. So grab your packet if you made packets, and we'll go over each of these very quickly and easily. Nice, easy day, I promise. So I'm thinking 2 hoopings, but that's super doable. It's basically just quilting it, adding a little something if you choose. So let's go ahead and talk about these. So the first one is, let's see, number 16. Border block number 16 is the black plaid fabric. All right, nice long piece, black plaid. I recommend using fusible stabilizer on it so that you don't get that pulling that makes it a little bit smaller. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to stabilize it, and then I also recommend cutting it a 1/2 inch larger than what it says in the book, just to make sure you've got a little wiggle room just in case. So on this one, let's see. Our quilting design is 2 by 12, so that means that the book will say 2.5 by 12.5 for your fabric. So my recommendation is 3 by 13. If you have that extra fabric, it just gives you a little wiggle room. Plus, it also puts that tack down around it so that we'll use that as our cut guide after. So 3 by 13 is my recommendation. Fusible stabilizer on the back of it, 3 by 13. And then same thing with your batting is going to also be 3 by 13 for this border block number 16, 3 by 13 for your batting. All right, and then the quilting on this one, you can use whatever quilting design that you want that is 2 by 12. All right, 2 by 12 quilting design. I think I'm going to go with Christmas 16, which is a new one. I think I talked about it in our last video, and I did end up getting that from Kimberbell. You can use any quilting design that you want, and in the Kimberbell original Jingle Bell quilt, actually, it can't be the original because this is so old. They must have long arm quilted it, but they recommended using Christmas 1, which has gingers on it. So gingers would be super cute on this one. It's super busy fabric, so you're not going to see a whole lot, but I'm leaning toward either Christmas 1, which is the gingers, or Christmas 16, which is, I think it's called Quilty Christmas. It's a new quilting design, and it's in that pack, but you can buy them all separately. So either one, whatever quilting design you choose in a 2 by 12 quilting design. And right now I'm leaning toward the Christmas 16 that I just downloaded, but I haven't looked at it yet. So I was hoping for one that just had the gingers, but it looks like you can't get a vertical design, and this is going to be vertical in our hoop. So that's always something to keep in mind. So the vertical one, it looks like there's houses and gingerbread, which could be really cute. So I'm going to look at it and decide what, once I get there, when I bring you over to the computer and show you what everything looks and how to get everything fit into less hoopings. All right, so that was for border block number 16. So number 17 is the black with white dots on it. This is a nice big fabric, and you will be tempted to customize it, and you absolutely can if you choose, but the tag is going to be over here. So if you look at the back cover, it will show you, so see the tag here. So that's why I'm choosing not to personalize it, and if you do, just keep in mind that part of it will be covered with that tag from the present. All right. So on this one, back to, on my book, it's page 15, but mine is the older book, so depending on what book you have. So this one for border block number 17, let's see. It says to use Celebrate 3. I think it's called Celebration 3, which I believe has the bows on it. That will be really cute. I'll probably do that. This one is going to be, let's see, our quilting design is 6 by 8. So it'll say in the book 6.5 by 8.5. I should confirm that to be sure. So that would mean that my recommendation is 7 by 9, 6.5 by 8.5, or 7 by 9 if you have that extra space. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so 7 by 9 for your fabric, backed with fusible stabilizer, and then your batting, I've got too many things in my lap here, and then my batting is going to be the same. Get that little piece of thread off of there. 7 by 9 for your batting. All right, 7 by 9 for your batting for this one. All right, and this is for border block number 17. Then for border block number 18, this is the last one for section 8. It is the green holly leaf fabric. All right, the green holly leaf fabric. And I believe our sponsor had this, so you should be okay. Oh, my darlings, if you bought from the fabric kit long ago, then you definitely have this one. I believe this is what our sponsor gave us too. I think she was able to get some for us. So let's see. This one, I've got little notes all over here. It looks like it is 2 by 6 quilting design, so that means it'll say in the book 2.5 by 6.5. So my recommendation is going to be 3 by 7. All right, 3 by 7 for your fabric if you have enough. If you don't, 2.5 by 6.5 will work, but my recommendation is cutting it a little bit bigger to give you that wiggle room, and make sure to back it with fusible stabilizer. And then same thing for your batting. It's going to be 3 by 7. Even if you don't cut your fabric a little bit bigger, you still want your batting to be 3 by 7. All right, 3 by 7 for your batting. And then for the quilting on this one, it looks like, what do we have here? So the recommendation from Kimberbell is to use Christmas 5, which is the one with the jingle words on it. And that would be really cute. I think I'm probably going to do that one. Let's see. Christmas 7 holly leaves. I'm not sure exactly, but I think I was going to go with the jingle. I've got so many little notes all over here. So either way, you want a quilting design that is 2 by 6. All right, 2 by 6 for your quilting. And if I didn't say it, this one, it's a 6 by 8 quilting design. Whatever quilting design you choose, I believe I'm going with the Celebration 3, which is the bows. All right, back to this one. It is going to be a 2 by 6 quilting design, and it looks like I'm going to use Christmas 5 jingle. I also have Christmas 7 written down, the holly. I'll look at that too. I'm not sure why I have that written down. Might have been for a different one. So this is for border block number 18. All right, so those 3 simple blocks for today for the section 8. Super easy to do, and like I said, section 9 just has 1 border block on it, so why not add it, right? So let me show you that one. So section 9, 1 simple border block, so easy, and then we'll be able to piece together all of section 9. We're not going to sew it to our other sections, and I'll show you why. But for now, so section 9, 1 border block. It is border block number 19. And you can see it is this white with black dot fabric. Back it with fusible stabilizer. You can't see that mine is because I did it on the whole piece and it's white. So border block number 19. So this one, it is going to be 2.5 by 8.5. So my recommendation is to cut it to 3 by 9 if you're able to. 3 by 9. And then this one, I'm going to personalize it because it's not a super busy fabric and I think it'll be cute. Keep in mind, it is going to go vertically in your quilt. So I'm just going to do a simple word and I'll show you. So on this one, Kimberbell recommends doing geometric 2 in a 2 by 8. You absolutely can do that. I'm not going to do that because that's a pretty busy quilting design and I want to add a word on here. So I am going to use that really pretty star one that we used on something else. Let's see, what is it called? Stars 8. All right, Stars 8 in a 2 by 8 quilting design. That's what I'm going to use. You can use any quilting design that is 2 by 8. I'm going to use stars 8, and you'll see why when I add my word. I think that will be really cute. All right, and that's it for section 9. You are going to want your batting, 3 by 9 for your batting. All right, and then that stars 8 quilting design in a 2 by 8 or any other quilting design that you choose. So super easy day, 4 blocks just to quilt. That's it. That's all we're going to do to it. And then if you want, we can personalize the one that's not too busy of a fabric. I think that would be pretty cute. Sorry, I kicked my light. So I'm going to do that. And for those that have made a donation during the Jingle All the Way project, I'm going to send that to you. It will be just the word that we're going to work on. I'm going to show you some different options like I did on our last video. I've already gone through several. Let's see, I have like 6 that I thought were really cute. So there should be plenty of options to choose from. And for those that made a donation, I'm going to send that word to you with a little box around it so that you can easily line it up with your quilting. And that's it for today. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey everyone, I'm at my computer now and putting good juju onto my microphone. Hopefully it's gonna work as it should today. So I've already tested it a few times and we seem to be good. So we are going to work on section 8 and 9, 4 simple border blocks. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to open up Embellishment Essentials. I'm sure it'll tell me that I should upgrade. I still haven't done that. Why break things when it's working right? You know? All right, so it's just in clock thinking, oh, she should upgrade. There it is. Say okay. All right, so I'm just going to move this over here so my head's not in your way. And I'm going to start by bringing in the first 2. So I'm going to do it in 2 hoopings. You do what works for you, depending on your hoop size, of course. I did try it in my 10 by 16 and it didn't work. So I'm going to do a 9 by 14 hoop and then I believe I did an 8 by 12 on the second hoop. We'll look and see how it goes. All right, I've got all my little notes here. All right, so the first one, I'm going to change to my hoop. So right now I'm on my 6 by 10 hoop. Always check that. It's down here at the bottom. And then I'm coming up to this preferences folder and I'm going to click on my 9 by 14 hoop, say okay, and then come up to this compass button and click H for hoop. All right, and then in this one, I'm going to start with the 2 by 12. So that is the border block number 16. So that one is the one I was thinking maybe that Christmas 16, and I haven't looked too closely at it, so I'm going to go ahead and check that out and see. So I have my Jingle All the Way folder over here. I'm just going to move this and drag it over. So Christmas 16 is the one that I was saying, and you could certainly do the Christmas one. Either one works. So embroidery files, Pez, and we want a 2 by 12 quilting design. I'm going to go to the view menu so I can see them. See how cute these are? How fun, huh? So this is what I was thinking is just the gingerbread, but you can't get it to be vertical, only horizontal. So it doesn't work for what I was originally thinking. But here's the 2 by 12 with the gingerbread and then the houses. So I'm just going to look and see how cute that is. There is the 2 by 12 that if your fabric was going horizontally, it would work really well. I think that would be super cute. But our fabric is going to go vertical. So that's really cute too. You have to keep in mind though that we're doing this on that black and white plaid fabric, which is very busy. So you're not going to see a whole lot of it. So whatever works for you, I think I'm going to go with this just because I've been wanting to use it. I think it's so cute and I'm not sure how many more opportunities we have. It looks like, use my phone. No, it doesn't look like there's going to be another horizontal long piece. So I'm going to go ahead and use this now. So this is the 2 by 12 Christmas 16 in horizontal, even though our fabric is going to go vertically. All right, so I'm going to use that. So I'm going to go ahead and move it all the way over to the left-hand side here. And I'm going to line it up even though it doesn't matter. All right, so then as always, we want to change these colors so we can quickly do a color sort. So I'm going to click outside because right now all of them are selected. I'm going to click outside so nothing's selected. And when I say outside, somewhere in this objects window or in your workspace, it doesn't matter. It's just deselecting what you have selected. So I'm going to click on 1, and then down here in the properties window, I'm going to click on that color, and I'm going to come back. I'm back on my Fil-Tec Glide today. I like Fil-Tec Glide. I know those colors well. All right, so I'm on that. I'm going to click on Dark Aqua, the first color that comes up for me, and then 1, 2, click on the color, and the first color for me is Blaze. And then 1, 3, click on the color, and I'm going to use the second color down because we already used Dark Aqua, so I'm going to use Marine. Say OK, and then 1, 4, click on the color. I already used Blaze, so I'm going to use Oriole. Oriole. Isn't there a baseball team? Orioles, something like that? I don't know. Anyway, 1, 5, click on the color, and I'm going to choose Sprout and say OK. All right, so that one is done. Click outside so nothing is selected, and then we're going to bring in the second one. So the second one is the 6x8. So this is the number 17, so that works out well. They're in the right order. So I'm going to bring in the quilting design for that. Now that's the one, it says to you that they recommend using Celebrate 3. So that means it should be in our Jingle All the Way bundle. So I'm going to go to my Jingle All the Way bundle and see what that looks like. This is on a black fabric with big white dots. We're not going to see a whole lot, but let's see, where's my quilting bundle? Right there, Jingle All the Way quilting bundle, and Celebration 3 or Celebrate 3 right there. Celebration 3, double click, embroidery files, Paz, and it is the one with the bows. So that'll be cute, even though we're really not going to see a whole lot, but that will be cute because that's the one that I think the tag is in there. So I want a 6x8, whatever quilting design you choose, in a 6x8 right there. So I'm going to drag that over to my workspace, click on that, and I'm going to bring it over to the side. So you can see there's not a whole lot of room. I'm in my 9x14 hoop, and it's really pretty tight, but we only have that ½ inch extra space. So that means a 1/4 inch on each side, so it's really going to be okay. It will be fine. All right, so let's see, I'm going to change those colors like we always do in this second one. So I'm going to click on 2, 1, click on the color, and I want Dark Aqua because that's what I used up here. 2, 2, click on the color, and I want Blaze. 2, 3, click on the color, and I want the second color down, Marine. That's what the color's for me. And then 2, 4, click on the color, and I want Oriole. And then 2, 5, click on the color, and I don't want the same color. I don't want this to join. I want it to stop so that I can decide what color I want when I get there. So I'm going to choose the next color down, which is sea green for me. All right, click on that. Those are done. I'm going to do a color sort right now. Right, we have 10 color steps, so I'm going to go to Utility Color Sort, and it reduced it by 4. Don't forget, you want these same settings that I have. Click on New View. It'll create a new tab. Open that up and quickly check it. Placement for the batting, tack down for the batting, placement for the main fabric, tack down for the main fabric, the first quilting design and the second quilting design. Easy peasy. So I'm going to do a file, save stitch file as, and I need to go to my Jingle All the Way. So I got to close up, there it is right there. Jingle All the Way and embroidery files, Paz. I'm in Jeff. I got to change that to Paz because I was making a label for someone. There we go. And I'm going to call this section 8, 9, hoop 1. All right, save. All right, and then I'm going to send this to my machine because my machine is on and ready. If you don't have a Wi-Fi ready machine, you just save it to your USB stick. Nice and easy. All right, then file new page for the second set. So that first one was in our 9x14 hoop. I think we can fit the next two in a much smaller hoop. I'm going to change it to my 8x12 for now, and we'll see what works. Say OK, and then come up here to the compass button and click H for hoop. That was our preferences window where we get our different hoop options. All right, so the second one, we need a 2x8 and a 2x6. So actually, we probably don't even need, might be able to do it. Well, let's just see. We'll get there. So let's see. The first one, we have that green one with all the holly leaves on it. That's the 2x6, and then the 2x8 is the one in section 9. So I'm going to start with the one in section 8, which is the 2x6 file, and that's the one that I have Holly Note, like Christmas 7, and then I also have Christmas 5. I'm not sure why. I'm going to go ahead and go with Christmas 5, I believe. That's in our Jingle All the Way bundle, so I'm going to go back to our bundle and Christmas 5 right there. And Archie wants out because Daddy's home. Hold on one sec. All right, sorry about that. All right, so we are in our quilting bundle, Christmas 5, and we want a 2x6 for this one. Right there, 2x6. So drag that over. Not a whole lot of stitching on there, but this is a pretty busy fabric. It's the Holly Leaves fabric. So I could look at my Christmas 7. Oh, there's Christmas 7 right there. So that's in the Jingle All the Way bundle as well. I'm going to click extra large icon so I can see it. So it is the Holly Leaves. So you could do the Holly Leaves. It's on the Holly Leaves fabric, whatever you decide. So it was a 2x6. There's a vertical and a horizontal design. Again, there's not a whole lot of design. I'm going to stay with the Jingle All the Way words. That will be fine. Either one. So whatever you decide on, you want a 2x6 quilting design. All right, so I'm going to click on that and just drag it over to the left-hand side. Even though I'm not sure about this hoop size, we probably can go smaller. But I'm going to go ahead and change these colors. So click outside, so nothing selected. Click on 1-1, click on the color. And this is a different hooping, so we don't have to worry about like going to the third color. We can start with that first one again. So I'm going to go with dark aqua. And then 1-2, click on the color. I want Blaze. 1-3, did I say 2-1? Sorry, 1-2. Now I'm on 1-3. Click on the color, and I want Marine. And 1-4, click on the color. I want Oriole. And then 1-5, click on the color, and I want Sprout. All right. So one of these is on a green fabric. One of them's on a white fabric. And that white fabric is the one I'm going to add a word to it, and so I will want a color that will stand out. So that one is done. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the next one. So I'm going to go back to my Jingle All the Way. This one I bought separately. So this is Stars 8. I don't believe, yeah, it's not in the Jingle All the Way bundle. So let's see. There we go. All right, so Christmas 8. Stars 8. Stars 8. Sorry, Stars 8 is the word right there. Stars 8. Embroidery files, block by block. Pez is what I use for my machine. I'm going to go to the extra large icon so I can see them. And I want a 2x8. It's 2x8 in Stars 8 right there. Cute. All right, drag that over to your workspace. And then we are done with this. I'm going to go ahead and close this. All right, bring this over to the side. So this is what I was saying. We've got quite a bit of room here. So let's try our 6x10 hoop. I think we can fit it in a 6x10. Let's try that. Maybe that's why I was on our 6x10 hoop when we started here. All right, let's click here, move this over. Looks like this should fit totally fine. Click on the stitching. If you don't click on the stitching, it doesn't work. You think you're moving it and you're not. All right, so that works really well. So 6x10 hoop for the second one works great. All right, so again, we want to change these colors. Click outside so nothing's selected. Click on 2-1, click on the color in the properties window. I'm going to choose dark aqua. 2-2, click on the color and I want Blaze. 2-3, click on the color and I want Marine. 2-4, click on the color and I want Oriole. And then 2-5, click on the color, and I'm going to use the second color down for me, that is sea green. All right, click outside so nothing's selected. So that's done, super easy. You can be done at this point. Do your color sort. Don't forget to do your color sort and save it. But you can be done, or you can add a little something if you choose. So I've decided I'm going to go to this create letters, and I'm just going to put a word in. And actually, don't forget, this is a vertical one. So to do a vertical is a little bit different. I need to click on this here, multi-line text, all right? And then we need to just separate it out. So I'm going to use the word magical, and I'm just going to put all of these letters with a return after them, or enter after each letter. Magical. and then click set, and you can see it makes it a nice vertical word. For some reason the G and the I are too close together, and it did it on several of the fonts too. I thought that was interesting, but we'll work that out. All right, so for now I'm just going to put it over in the center of this. We can do a align and distribute if we want it exactly right, but first we want to pick our font. So I already went through my fonts and chose several that I thought were really pretty. You need to do the same. So whatever fonts that you have, look at what you like and look at using the letters that you're is in your word. That's important. So I'm going to show you a few. I didn't write who Aurora was by, so I might have to find that one. Aurora was the first one I thought was pretty, so I'm just going to look for that. I don't remember where I got it, so let's just see. All right, there's Aurora. It is from Designs by Juju, and I believe I did the 3/4 inch. Let's see, right there. Aurora, Designs by Juju, 3/4 inch, and then it changes it. And you would have to make a few little adjustments, but first just look at the design and see if you like it. All right, so that is pretty. On the previous tutorial, I showed you how you can make several tabs to be able to compare them. You can absolutely do that, or you can just, get a, oh yeah, that looks good, and then look at another one. All right, so another one that I chose is Tatiana, that is also a Designs by Juju, and also in a 3/4 inch. I like that, that's pretty. So I like that better than Aurora, so we'll keep that one in mind. And then, so you know what I'm going to show you? I'm going to do a file new page, and I'm going to grab this, I'm going to say Control C to copy just the wording, and I'm going to say Control V, and that worked really nicely. So I can just compare them is what I'm going to do. So that's the first one. So now I'm going to do it again so that I can put another one next to it and compare. So that was Tatiana. Another one was Ophelia, which is also Designs by Juju. Let's see, Ophelia. All right, Ophelia in a 3/4 inch. That is cute too. Don't forget, we'd have to make some adjustments to these script ones especially. Oh, and it didn't let me save it again. That's a bummer. All right, so Control C, Control V. There's our third one. All right. All right, so we have this first one was Tatiana, and then this middle one is Ophelia, and now another one I'm going to try is Regency, also by Designs by Juju. All right, there's Regency in a 3/4 inch. I like that. That's cute. All right, and then let's do another one. Let's see if we can do it. Didn't do it. There we go. All right, so there's another one, and this one, To New Road. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but To New Road, that is also by Designs by Juju. All right, To New Road in A3. Oh, that's really cute. I like that a lot. All right, that's another one. I'm going to click outside so nothing's selected. Select Control V to paste another one. This will be our last one I'm going to show you. This one is Maya from Stitchtopia. All right, Maya, and I did a 1 inch because they don't have a 3/4 inch for this one. All right, so you can see we'd have to make quite a few changes as far as shrinking down the space in between and all that, but it is a pretty font. And you can do, let's see, a line space, yep. And then that G and the I always group together. We have to move that, but you can get an idea of how that looks. And all I did is this line space down here in the properties window to start with. All right, so then just look at all of them, decide what you like, what you think looks cute. All right, and then I am gonna say no to this one. This is Ophelia script, and to Regency, and to New Road. So I have it down to these two. So Stitchtopia, Maya, and what's this one? Tatiana by Designs by Juju. I think both of those are really pretty. Either one of them would be beautiful with this, the stars quilting in the background. Pretty fun. I think I'm gonna go either one. I think I'm gonna go with the Stitchtopia Maya. I don't know, either one of these would be super pretty. This one has less changes that need to be made. This one needs to be moved around a little bit, but I think these look great. I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. So Stitchtopia Maya. So you can copy and paste it over. You can make your adjustments here, or you can do it on the one that's already in here. It doesn't matter one way or the other, because like I said, there are changes that would need to be made. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one since we already started to make some changes to the other one. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to bring this one over. I'm going to bring it into the quilting and then move it over. So I'm going to say Control C while I have this one highlighted. Come here and hit Control V. It goes to the center, or close to it, wherever it was from before. All right, and then I want to line it up. I don't know, if we did an align and distribute, I think it would move it too much. I think it might be better to just do it on our own. So let's see, you know what I think I'm going to do? All right, so I'm going to try it first. I'm going to try it with doing an align and distribute. I think we'll still have to make some changes to it, but I'm going to try it at least. So I'm going to click on number 2, hold the control button, and click on number 3, the wording. It might be better to adjust the wording first and then do it and see if it changes. I think I'll do that. So on this one, I'm just going to click on the wording, and let's see. I did that line spacing. You can see that the G and the I are overlapping, so that's a big problem, and then there's too much space in between here. Let me see if I can just move it. Let's see how that works. Yep, you can move it. So it might be good to get the whole thing on a line. I'm going to do that just to keep it lined up. I'm going to put all of it on a line. So I'm using the black squares and centering it on that center line just so that I can make sure everything's lined up right. And then I'm just moving them individually. So I'm going to click on that center green square, and I'm going to move it to what looks good to me, eyeballing it, making sure that those black squares are on the center, and then we'll know that everything is centered correctly. And I don't know if it will change it if we did, oh, because I have to click on that green square. There we go, then we get those black squares. Let's do the M as well. Yep, that's good. All right, and then the I, I'm just going to bring it up. See, I'm wondering if we did an align and distribute, if we do all of this and then it'll take it away, that wouldn't be good. So maybe I won't do an align and distribute. I'm just going to use my eyeball and with those black squares keeping it centered. When I say the black squares, the two ones on the bottom and the top here in the center helps keep it all lined up. All right, and then I'm just clicking on the center green square and then lining it up to what looks good to me. All right, and last one, the L. And then we might need to make all of it a little bigger. Let's just see. All right, so this is lined up really well. I think I will have to try out that align and distribute to see. So we actually can't make it, I was thinking we could make it a little bit bigger to make it longer, but actually you can't, because this M, if you make it bigger, it's not going to stay within that quilting, the batting stitch line. So you could on the other, the A through the L, you could make those all a little bit bigger if you wanted. Maybe I'll do that, but this M, I obviously don't want to make bigger. So I think if I click on the center of each letter, then I can make each of these a little bit bigger. And it's perfectly fine the way it is. You don't need to do that, but you could. You have that option. All right. Making it a little bit bigger, that looks good. All right, and then if we click on all of it, we can move it. Let's see. Yep, that looks really good. I like that. So I made the A through the L a little bit bigger, but not the M. That looks really good. All right, so I really like this. I'm going to check, well, so it's really pretty lined up anyway. I'm not going to worry about it, actually. You could do an align and distribute, but I'm not totally sure that it will, let's see what it does. But I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to drag it from the bottom, and I'm going to get the number 2 quilting and the number 3, and I'm going to go here to this tab, delete that, And I'm going to copy this, Control C, go to that new tab, Control V, and I'm just going to put it in the center. I don't know why, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to do an align and distribute and just see what it'll do. We always like learning new things, right? So I'm going to go to Utility, Align and Distribute. I have the second quilting and the wording, and I'm just going to see what that does. Let's do center, center. And it moved it a tad over to the right, so I didn't have it fully centered. So that looks really good. I like that. All right, so check it. Make sure that you like the spacing that you chose in between the letters. That's another thing, is we didn't do an align and we didn't do a distribute. Let's see what that does. Although we want to distribute it, no, because then it's going to distribute it all the way up to the top, and we want it to distribute between here. Nope, I'm not going to do that. All right, so this looks really good to me. I like it. I like the amount of space in between each letter. This is really good. So I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to bring over this one that has everything. Make sure you're getting everything. You want the quilting and the lettering. Control C. Number 3, Control V, and then we just got to bring all of it over. That looks really good. I like that, magical, because Christmas is very magical. This is really pretty, and it will be fun with the stars in the background. All right, that looks really good. Again, this was just something optional, totally up to you if you decide to do that or not. And for those that have made a donation to the Cristin Creates tutorial, I'm going to send you that magical word that we just made. All right, so I am going to do a color sort. So right now we have 11 color steps. I'm going to go to Utility, Color Sort. Thinks. Click New View. It reduced it by 4. So there's our placement for our batting, our tack down for our batting, our placement for our main fabric, our tack down for our main fabric, our first quilting design, our second quilting design, and then our magical word. Isn't that so pretty? I love how that turned out. That's really fun. All right, File, Save, Stitch, File As. Always as, like I tell you. So this is section, what is it, 8 and 9. 8, 9, hoop 2. Nope, that says 1, hoop 2. There we go, save. All right, and I'm going to send this to my machine. And if your machine isn't Wi-Fi ready, you would just save it to USB stick. All right, we're ready to go. We've got another personalization, so fun. And sections 8 and 9, we're going to finish today. Very cool. my shirt today. This is kind of an old one, I think. It is No One Fights Alone. It is one of my breast cancer sweaters. I'm going to a team event with the local breast cancer gals here. We're going to go to a hockey game. I think that will be really fun. So tons of years ago, I used to work at Cisco Systems, and I was an admin for a team of like, I don't know, over 100 people. And so I did create an event where I took everybody to a Sharks game, and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I absolutely loved it. So this should be fun. I haven't been to a hockey game here in Idaho yet, so it'll be fun to do it with my cancer group. That'll be a fun thing. So fun design. I will add information of where I got it. The sweater I believe I got from Fred Meyer several years ago, but cute design, fun, easy stitch out. I like those, the ones that can stitch out while I'm working on editing a video. Those are always nice to have. So I'll add all the information underneath this video of where I got the design, and then always check my Amazon storefront. I'll add a link here for various sweaters that are nice to be able to stitch on sweaters, shirts. There's all kinds of stuff in there. So check in there. I've already checked out those sweaters, so they are definitely good to embroider on. And how are you doing with your goal? I love hearing about your goal. So my husband, we have a pretty busy weekend coming up. We've had a busy couple of weeks trying to catch up back to work and getting all the things back to normal after being sick after the holidays. So anyway, so I told them last night, I'm like, I want to go to the gym first thing in the morning because I've got a lot of other things that I need to work on. And so I want to get that out of the way. And so we went to the gym this morning, and I've been following, I have an iFit membership. And so I'm working on this, this series with Tommy Ribs. He's a wonderful trainer, really good trainer. And we're climbing in the Swiss Alps. Like, how cool is that? Like, we already climbed the Matterhorn. That was super fun. And the two hikes I did today were in the Swiss Alps. I don't know exactly, but it was called like Harder Kulm or something. I don't remember exactly, but it was definitely hard. It was a 12 to 15% climb like the whole way. So I did one of those. It was like 32 minutes long. And then I did all of my weight training and then came back for more. And I did another hiking series that, again, 12 to 15% climb like the whole way. So it's really good for your posterior chain. It's working all of those back muscles and your legs, your bum, all of that. So it was a really good workout. I was sweating, like even the tops of my hands were sweating while I was on the treadmill. So I was definitely working it hard. And getting back to weight training after being sick, everything is heavy and hard, but I'm working it. I'm doing it. Hubby is like doing less reps and easier. And I'm like, no, I'm going to get right back to it. So I'm pushing it really hard. So I want to hear about your goal. So the other part of my goal is I'm working on things in between. And I told you about on my last video that I had a friend over and we made these 6 blocks, and I haven't put it together yet into a pillow. I need to do that. So that's one of the things I need to do. I have a few shirts and the denim jackets. I have a few things that I need to embroider and some things to make for my grandkids. So anyway, I'm trying to do that in between, but also get caught up and back on track with our project. So tell me, how are you doing with your goal? What have you been making? And are you working hard getting your body in shape and drinking your water and getting your sleep? And whatever your goal is, I want to hear about it.